So let me address some of these points here. The three biggest moves people are thinking about making are these. Should you buy more real estate? Should I hold my position, or should I start selling my portfolio, or at least sell one or two properties in my portfolio? These are the three things we're going to talk about. Here's number one coming up right now. Should you buy more real estate? It's a good question. You know, someone like me might be biased who's helping other investors buy real estate and gets paid for that. So my answer might be yes, but for you it might be no, and I'll tell you why. If you're sitting on cash, like actual cash, not HELOC cash, if you're sitting on cash, buying real estate might be one of the best moves you can make right now because prices are low. Prices are low. They're down 10, 15, 20, 25% from the peak, depending on what asset class and exactly what area you're looking at. So is it a good time to buy? Yes. Is it a bad time to buy? If you're sitting on HELOC or you have to use borrowed money, line of credit money to buy, it may not be a good time for you if you cannot make the numbers work. I would not want you to go into a negative cash flow position in order to acquire more real estate if you can't handle those extra payments on your line of credit. You might come across an amazing deal that's down 20, 30% from its peak. That looks really good. It's a property you can improve, you can refinance, you can apply a BRRRR strategy. It's an amazing property, whatever it is. But if you have to go borrow from your HELOC and you can't afford those payments, or they're going to be a burden on you, you won't be able to sleep at night, it's stressful, your wife, your husband's going to yell at you because you're making crazy financial moves, it's not a good time. Don't put yourself into stress. You have to be able to handle the heat if you're going to get involved in something like that and taking that little bit of extra risk. But if you're sitting on cash, you are getting eaten alive by inflation. Period, the end. You can argue with me till the cows come home. The 2, 3, 4%, 5%, whatever the bank's giving you isn't going to cut it. Inflation, we all know, is a hell of a lot higher than that. So you need to do something with your money. Your money needs to be into an asset that maintains its value with inflation. If the value of the property or asset is only increasing at 3% and inflation is at 6%, well, you're losing half the value of your purchasing money. That's not good, okay? That's not good. You need to be in an asset class that maintains the level of inflation. So if inflation's at 6, it needs to be appreciating at 6 or 8 or 10 or more, even better. That's to maintain your purchasing power and actually create wealth. And now if that asset actually produces income like real estate, and produces cash flow like real estate, and you can use debt to finance like real estate, and it can give you cash flow like real estate, it just might be a good idea, right? So you want to do it right. You need to have coaches, mentors, people who have done it before to help you do it right this time if you haven't had success before, or especially if you're a newbie, right? Even if you have had success and you have a few properties, they're doing well, you can always do it better. Trust me. Even I have mentors who teach me things about the fundamentals and what to look for in markets that we haven't seen before, and this is a new one. So you're already an investor, you have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 or 5 properties, they're doing well, they're stable. Should you hold them? The answer is yes. Should you run out and sell them? Probably not. Here's where you should consider selling or where you should consider holding. The hold has to have a benefit for you. So should I stay where I am now? Should I continue to buy? If you're thinking about holding and holding feels right to you, holding makes sense, if you're talking to your advisor and you think holding's the right place, does it provide value? Are you making a decision out of fear? Or are you making a decision that's going to improve your portfolio, improve your lifestyle, improve your financial situation? That's the big question. So if holding the property, staying pat, if it's cash flowing, if it's stable, if it's tenanted, if you can improve it and make it even more valuable, it's a good idea to hold. So we've had a few investors who have some stable cash flowing properties. They're locked into fixed rates a few years ago, so they're doing well. Like, hey, should I just hold this? Like, yeah, damn right you should hold it. What about the basement? Is there an opportunity to add a garden suite? Is there an opportunity to turn the basement into a secondary suite? Is there any way we can improve the value of the property? That's the right question if you're planning on holding a property. If this property is negative cash flowing, if it's causing you a lot of stress, if it's a big problem and you don't know what to do, maybe selling is the right thing. Stay tuned, we're gonna talk about selling in a second. Now, the third and final thing, should you sell all your properties or maybe sell 1 or 2 properties, if you have a few in your portfolio? It's a very good question. And I think The question should be asked and it should be answered. I'm not saying you should sell them. I'm saying you should ask the question, because that's going to raise other questions and answers that are necessary so you can make the right, logical, rational decision, right? Feelings are important. Emotions are definitely important. However, when we're investing, sometimes emotions and investing do not mix, okay? That's where you run into making irrational decisions, making emotional decisions that you're going to regret later. Okay, so if you acting from a place of emotion, stop, take a deep breath, and the solution is similar to what you've heard me say before. You need to seek help from a mentor, someone who's been around the block, who can calm you down, give you insight that you're not already looking at. And the second thing is to join a network. Okay, join a network from people with people who are living and breathing the same type of problems, because they're going to go after the same type of solutions, and you're going to get to where you need to go faster and easier that way, and with less stress. Okay, less stress. Important. If you're going to sell a property because it's just too stressful to hold, this is where we see people have the most regrets. And I know that's tough. You might say, screw this guy, I don't want to talk to you ever again, block, block, block. That's fine. But I know it's true, so I'm going to give you the truth. If you're selling just to avoid stress or avoid pain, that's where we see the most regrets. Okay, that's where you are the person who needs to stop, take a deep breath the most, and look for the strategic path forward. Find help. We will help you. If we can't help you, we'll refer you to someone else who we think who can help you, or at least join a network. Get some advice before you make an irrational decision, because you're going to regret it later, okay? I hope that helps you. If you're selling, think about it straight, do it logically, do it rationally. It's gonna pay off in the end. Look, folks, it's crazy out there. I know we're going through some turbulent times, let's call them. If you wanna take a deeper dive into Canadian market dynamics and maybe take a deeper dive into your personal financial situation, I wanna talk to you. Let's have a discovery call. Book it below. We'll book a one-on-one session. We do 10 of these per month. That's it, not a marketing gimmick. That's all we can do, really. We don't have the bandwidth to meet more than 10 new people a month. So if you're ready, book it below. Talk soon.